The Iraqi national football team represents Iraq in international football since 1948 and it is governed by the Iraqi Football Association. The Iraqi Football Association was founded in 1948 and has been a member of FIFA since 1950, the Asian Football Confederation since 1970, and the sub-confederation regional body West Asian Football Federation since 2000. Iraq also is part of the Union of Arab Football Associations and has been a member since 1974. The Iraqi team is commonly known as which literally meaning Lions of Mesopotamia. Iraq is one of the most successful national teams in the Arab League, having a record won of a total of 4 Arab Nations Cup. On the Asian level, Iraq is one of the powerhouses, having won the AFC Asian Cup once, the gold medal of the Asian Games, 3 Gulf Cups of Nations, and West Asia Championship. Iraq have been awarded the AFC National Team of the Year award 2 times, being the only team from West Asia to win this award. History. Early years. The Iraq national football team's first international match was played in 1957 in Lebanon, where the team tied Morocco 3-3. The first FIFA World Cup qualifiers Iraq took part in was the 1974 qualifiers. Iraqi football reached a peak in the 1970s and 1980s. Iraq qualified for the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, and 3 times for the Olympic Games in Moscow, Los Angeles and Seoul. Iraq also won the 1982 Asian Games, the Arab Nations Cup 4 times in a row, the Gulf Cup of Nations 3 times, and the 1985 Pan-Arab Games fielding a B team. Iraq finished in 4th place in the 1976 AFC Asian Cup, the last Asian Cup Iraq would participate in until 1996. 1986 FIFA World Cup. Iraq was seeded into the first round of qualifiers where they faced Qatar and Jordan. Iraq topped Group 1B with 6 points, and advanced to the second round. Iraq faced United Arab Emirates in 2 legs. Iraq defeated UAE 3-2 in Dubai. Iraq lost with 2-1 to UAE in the second leg. Iraq won 4-4 aggregate on away goals and advanced to the final round. In the final round, Iraq tied Syria 0-0 in Damascus. Iraq defeated Syria 3-1 in the second leg in Taif. Iraq won 3-1 on aggregate and qualified to the 1986 FIFA World Cup. At their first game of the Group B at the 1986 FIFA World Cup, Iraq played well against Paraguay, losing narrowly 1-0. Iraq recorded their first World Cup goal in the second game, scoring against Belgium 1-2, with Ahmed Radi scoring a goal for Iraq. Following defeat with Belgium, Iraq were eliminated from the World Cup. Iraq played against Mexico in the third game. The Dark Era. During the rule of the government of Saddam Hussein, Saddam's son, Uday Hussein, was in charge of the Iraqi Olympic Committee and, by extension, the national football team. Under Uday's leadership, motivational lectures to the team included threats to cut off players' legs, while missing practice sessions would lead to a term in prison. A loss brought flogging with electric cable, or a bath in raw sewage. After the Gulf War, Iraq was banned from participating in the Asian Games and in most Arab competitions. In 1996 Iraq was ranked 139th in the world, the worst FIFA ranking in Iraqi football history. In 1990, Iraq competed in qualifying for a berth in the 1990 World Cup finals, but they lost a crucial game against Qatar. During the qualifying for the 1994 World Cup, Iraq faced Japan in Doha in the final match of the final qualifying round on October 28, 1993, where Iraq needed a win to advance. However, Japan produced a 2-2 tie, which resulted in elimination for both teams. During the qualifiers for the 1998 World Cup they failed to reach the final round of qualifying, coming second behind Kazakhstan. The Golden Generation, Iraq participated in and won the West Asian Championship in 2002. Iraq failed to qualify for the 2002 FIFA World Cup after losing crucial matches at home against Saudi Arabia and Iran. After qualifying to the Asian Cup 2004, Iraq was drawn with Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan in the tournament. Iraq finished second in this group by winning 2-1 against Saudi Arabia and 3-2 against Turkmenistan, and losing 1-0 to Uzbekistan. In quarter-final clash against China, Iraq lost 3-0. In November 2004, Iraq failed to qualify for the 2006 FIFA World Cup, losing out to Uzbekistan. Despite this, Iraq won the 2004 AFC Team of the Year award by the end of the year. In 2005, Iraq won the gold medal of the West Asian Games. 2007 AFC Asian Cup victory. Iraq's first major honor was the 2007 AFC Asian Cup. The tournament started with a 1-1 draw with Thailand in Bangkok. That was followed by a 3-1 win against Australia and a 0-0 draw with Oman. The quarter-finals saw them beat Vietnam 2-0, and the semi-final against favourite South Korea went to penalties that ended goalless after extra time. Noor Sabri was Iraq's hero when he saved Korea's fourth spot kick from Yim Ki-hun. After Ahmed Menajd had made it 4-3 to the West Asians, Korean Kim Young-woo hit the post to send the nation through to their first Asian Cup final. The final was against local rivals Saudi Arabia, and Younes Mahmoud scored the only goal on 72 minutes to win the tournament for Iraq. This victory secured Iraq's first Asian Cup title. As the winner, Iraq represented the AFC at the 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup. After the 2007 Asian Cup, on May 26, 2008, FIFA provisionally suspended the Iraqi Football Association from competition for 1 year, following a decision by the Iraqi government to disband the country's national sports federations. However, the decision was overturned by FIFA on May 29, 2008, since the Iraqi government reversed its earlier decision in dissolving the Iraqi Football Association. In June 2008, Iraq failed to qualify for the 2010 World Cup, gaining 2 wins over China and Australia, a tie against China, but lost their final game in the Group 1-0 to Qatar. They ended up with 7 points from 6 games behind Qatar and Australia. 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup. As a result of winning the 2007 Asian Cup, Iraq qualified for the 2009 FIFA Confederations Cup, that took place in South Africa in June 2009, in which matches that were scheduled against the hosts, Spain, and New Zealand. In the opener, Iraq was able to hold South Africa to a 0-0 draw, and only lost to Spain 1-0 and was 0-0 at half-time. Though Spain defeated South Africa 2-0, which was necessary for Iraq to advance to the next stage, needing to beat New Zealand by 2 goals, but only tied 0-0. 2010 Euro 2013. Again, on November 20, 2009, just 2 days after Iraq won the UAE International Cup with a 1-0 win over UAE in the final, FIFA decided to suspend the Iraqi Football Association due to governmental interference. This was later lifted in March 2010 as the Iraqi National Olympic Committee and the International Olympic Committee had helped restore the IFA's full authority. Iraq qualified automatically for the 2011 AFC Asian Cup. They were drawn against Iran, North Korea and United Arab Emirates in Group D. After a 2-1 loss against Iran, and 1-0 win against United Arab Emirates, Iraq went into the match against North Korea needing only a draw to progress. Iraq won 1-0 and advanced to the quarter-finals as runners-up. On January 23, Iraq lost to Australia, 1-0, in the quarter-final. The match went into extra time with Harry Quell heading in a goal in the 117th minute just inside the 18-yard box. Under coach Wolfgang Sijka, Iraq were drawn into the second round of qualifiers where they faced Yemen. Iraq defeated Yemen 2-0 in Erbil on July 23 before drawing 0-0 in Al Ain 5 days later. Iraq advanced to the third round of qualifiers where they were grouped with Jordan, China and Singapore. The top 2 teams from the group progressed to the fourth round. The Iraq Football Association has announced it won't be renewing the contract of national team boss Wolfgang Sijka on August 2, 2011. On August 29, 2011, Brazilian legend Zico has signed a one-year contract to become the new coach of Iraq. Iraq topped Group A with 15 points, with Jordan coming in second with 12 points. They made it for the first time since 2001 to the fourth and final qualifying round. In the final qualification stage, Iraq was drawn with Jordan, Japan, Australia and Oman. On November 28, 2012, Zico resigned as head coach. The Iraqi FA appointed Vladimir Petrovia as head coach of Iraq on February 25, 2013. Under Petrovia, Iraq lost its first game against China 1-0 during an Asian Cup qualifier on March 22, 2013. 4 days after that match, Iraq won 2-1 during a friendly in Baghdad. In May 2013, Iraq lost a friendly match in Baghdad 1-0 against Liberia. After 3 consecutive losses in June, Iraq failed to qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, finishing bottom of the group in the final qualifying round, with 1 win, 2 draws and 5 losses out of 8 games played. Petrovia coached a young squad to a 6-0 loss to Chile on August 14, 2013 in a friendly match, which would go on record as Iraq's worst ever defeat in their history. After the shocking 6-0 loss to Chile, Iraq's Football Association fired the national team's Serbian head coach on September 10, 2013, blaming a string of bad results, after the squad failed to qualify for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. 2014 Euro, the Iraqi FA appointed Hakeem Shaker as head coach of Iraq. Shaker takes over as the Iraqi national squad tries to qualify for the 2015 Asian Cup. Iraq are in the 2015 AFC Asian Cup qualifying group alongside Saudi Arabia, China Prairie and Indonesia. On October 15, 2013 Iraq lost 2-0 against Saudi Arabia. Despite a better display, Iraq lost 2-1 against Saudi Arabia on November 15, 2013. Iraq kept alive their hopes of qualifying for the 2015 AFC Asian Cup as first-half goals by Hamadi Ahmed and Kara Jassim gave them a 2-0 away win over Indonesia on November 19, 2013. On March 5, 2014, Iraq booked their spot with a commanding 3-1 win at the Sahjor Stadium against China, with veteran Yilmaz Mahmoud contributing 2 goals and Ali Adnan 1. The win allowed Iraq to book their ticket to the 2015 AFC Asian Cup as group runners-up, finishing behind Saudi Arabia with 9 points. Home matches in Iraq. Home matches dilemma. Iraq played their home games on neutral territory in the 1980s due to the Iraq-Iran War, but still qualified for the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, and 3 Olympic Games. In qualification for the 2002 World Cup, Iraq played at home against Iran, Bahrain, and Thailand in the Al-Shab Stadium in Baghdad, but Saudi Arabia refused to play against the nation because of the tensions between that country and the regime of Saddam Hussein. In 2003, the war in Iraq forced Iraq to play their home matches outside the country for security reasons, and so fixtures were held in Jordan, Syria, Qatar or the UAE. Due to the Iraq War and post-war events, Iraq was unable to host home matches in Iraq. In 2009 the Iraqi Football Association asked FIFA to end its ban imposed on hosting official matches on Iraq. Iraq resumed playing on home soil on July 10, 2009, winning a friendly 3-0 against Palestine in Franco Hariri Stadium, Erbil. Iraq played the same opponents 3 days later, in Al-Shab Stadium in Baghdad, this time winning 4-0 in front of a crowd of over 50,000. The same month, the AFC Executive Committee approved the stadium at Erbil as a venue for matches involving the Iraqi national team, and clubs in continental tournaments. On September 2, 2011, Iraq played their first FIFA World Cup qualifier on home ground for the first time in years. He played against Jordan in front of a crowd of 24,000 people in the Franco Hariri Stadium in Erbil. On March 22, 2013, FIFA lifted a ban on international football friendlies in Iraqi stadiums on Thursday, permitting matches in Baghdad for the first time since the 2003 US-led invasion, an Iraqi football official said. On March 26, 2013, Iraq played their first international friendly match in Baghdad since 2009 against Syria in front of a crowd of 50,000-plus people in the Al-Sharb Stadium in Baghdad. However, on July 3, 2013, FIFA barred Iraq from hosting international football friendlies due to a massive surge in nationwide violence, barely 3 months after World Football's governing body gave Baghdad the go-ahead. Fan chanting. Iraq national team supporters are known for chanting "O Victorious Baghdad" for Iraqi teams' matches. "Always remains high, O victorious Baghdad, and to see your eternal glory, O victorious Baghdad, O victorious Baghdad, O victorious Baghdad." Another famous chant is "Uoq du Hosh o Omo Omash," which literally translates into "the second goal is coming." This is usually being chanted repeatedly after Iraq scores a goal to motivate the players to score another. Kits, colors, kit manufacturer. The Iraqi national football team has previously been sponsored by brands such as Adidas, Puma, Nike, Diadora, Jack & Jones, Lotto, Umbro and its current sponsor Peak.